Was Luka Dončić snubbed as an MVP? Did Luka Dončić's jaw-dropping performances this season go unnoticed? Despite dazzling fans and setting new records, the MVP trophy eluded him. Was Luka Dončić unfairly snubbed? Fans were glued to their seats as Dončić produced an incredible campaign that included his unwavering scoring and unparalleled playmaking. Even still, the MVP award escaped his grasp, even though he guided the Dallas Mavericks to the postseason and produced stunning numbers. Come along as we break out the numbers, examine the competitors, and find out if Luka Dončić was deserving of more. With the level of competition in the NBA, selecting the most valuable player is not an easy task. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokić are prominent issues in the NBA right now. Furthermore mentioned have been DeMar DeRozan, Ja Morant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nevertheless, Luka Dončić ought to be seriously considered because the Dallas Mavericks have played so well in the league and Western Conference. During 62 games, Dončić has averaged 28.3 points, 9.1 boards, and 8.7 assists. He is a terrific player. Though he has incredible stats, he keeps stating he's not concerned about the MVP competition. He's actually driven to provide the Mavericks with a home court advantage in the postseason, something they haven't done since 2011. "I don't know," Dončić said in answer to the MVP speculation. "It's in the news. I try my best not to pay too much attention. I do my best to not focus too intently. It makes no difference. I noticed a few. It's our victory. That is the matter that concerns me. A home field advantage is our objective. Oh, we're quite near. That is our current objective, and we only have 3 games remaining." Dončić has surely accomplished some really amazing feats. Never had the league seen an average of 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. He will be one of the very few players to ever accomplish this in a single season, along with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Michael Jordan, and Oscar Robertson. Dončić is the reason the teams vying for MVP, Embiid, Jokić, Antetokounmpo, and Jason Tatum are 6-2 against the Mavericks. It is the best record when compared to other teams vying for MVP. His constant floor play will be key to the Mavericks' postseason prospects. He might even earn Most Valuable Player. Against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday, Luka Dončić scored 32 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, and handed out 15 assists. It was also his most recent win over a candidate for MVP. Obviously, you always have extra motivation when you're playing superstars like Giannis today, said the star. He was referring to Giannis' prowess and his love of playing against him. He has a championship and been named MVP twice. You just need a little bit more. Betting sites listed Dončić as the clear favourite to earn the Most Valuable Player at the start of each of the last 2 seasons. His effort never really got going this season because of his slow start, which was partly due to problems he had with conditioning during the off-season. Even though he played well overall, the MVP voters were not happy with his early performance. But Denver Nuggets player Nikola Jokić grew even more of a giant among basketball greats after collecting his 3rd NBA MVP award on Wednesday. 3 of Jokic's 4 seasons have ended with him winning MVP. The winner the previous year was Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. To take home MVP, Jokić outplayed Dallas Mavericks player Luka Dončić and Oklahoma City Thunder player Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. As he won the MVP trophy, Jokić was a normal, modest guy, thanking his teammates and the Nuggets organization overall. "It's got to start with the teammates. Without them, I cannot do anything," Jokić said on TNT. Organisation, players, development coaches, strength coaches, medical staff, everything of it makes one huge circle. Still, without them, I would not be the same. With 926 points overall and 79 first-place votes, Jokic's 3rd MVP was not hotly contested. Gilgeous-Alexander received 15 first-place votes and 640 points. Dončić received 566 points and 4 first-place votes. 4th-placed Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, and 5th-placed guard Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. As he reflected back on winning MVP, Jokić recognized how fierce the competition was this season. "Several guys deserve it," he said. "Details and little things determine it most likely." Despite his outstanding performance, Dončić was not named MVP, despite a tight competition. His exceptional versatility was on display, with an average of almost 28 points, 9 assists and 9 boards per game. The Mavericks' dismal start and general play suggest he would struggle to hold his own against Jokic's Nuggets and other clubs. Even though Jokić won Most Valuable Player, we think Dončić is better. Incredible as it may seem, a point guard came close to averaging 30 points per game for the season. With the exception of Russell Westbrook's final seasons with the Thunder, this kind of performance is unusual for a player in that position. We sincerely believe that the majority of NBA players and spectators fail to grasp the gravity of this accomplishment. Even without Kyrie Irving, the Dallas Mavericks were able to secure the 5th spot in the playoffs thanks to Luka Dončić's remarkable mathematical acumen. The Mavericks improved as a team this season, but twice-weekly Dončić bombs helped them defeat their opponents. Everything changed for Dallas because of his substantial effort. Some say that Nikola Jokić should have won MVP, as the Denver Nuggets have a better shot at winning the title than the Mavericks. Remember that regular season performance is usually the deciding factor when selecting MVPs. It appears like the Nuggets are a lock to win the Larry O'Brien Trophy this year. They were more diversified on the roster and had won it the year before. However, that should not change the way we approach this discussion. We've noticed a persistent issue with the NBA's MVP selection process. Occasionally, excellent players get overlooked because their teams don't advance to the postseason. Two particularly noteworthy seasons are those of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander last year and Stephen Curry in 2021. Curry only placed 3rd in the vote despite having a better campaign than he did in 2015. Even if their team isn't contending for the championship, players should be recognized for their outstanding play. To be fair, we ought to acknowledge Dončić's significance and brilliance for his excellent play and for keeping the Mavericks in the game. He should be a strong MVP candidate, even if the Nuggets appear to have a greater chance of winning the championship. Making the postseason is not the main goal. Talent, recognition, and honoring are. One cannot infer anything about a player's value from watching how well their team performs. Great seasons from Stephen Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but nobody recognized them since their teams missed the postseason. Whatever the outcome of the playoffs, a player's regular season performance should always determine who wins the Most Valuable Player title. Given that Luka Dončić might have had the best regular season of the 2020s, it seems odd that he won't be awarded MVP. His accomplishments remain unknown since the league hasn't given his outstanding 34-9-10 record the respect it deserves. This season is among the least appreciated in recent memory, since the association doesn't appear to appreciate his talent. Even though Nikola Jokić is renowned for getting things done well, it would be a grave error to award him MVP this year. Jokić is an outstanding player, but it is not acceptable to ignore Dončić's incredible run. A player who regularly performs admirably is respected. That the player who went 34-9-10 during the regular season wasn't the league's most valuable player is too unfortunate. Given all he accomplished throughout the regular season, Dončić ought to win MVP. His work was crucial, and by dismissing it, the league should have missed the opportunity to honor one of the finest individual seasons in recent memory. Such accomplishments ought to be acknowledged and honored with an award. So that is all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon on your way out. Till then, see ya!